Social media uses websites and internet applications to allow users to generate and share content. And while it may seem silly to define the word in an era where hashtags are on everything from the White House website to my coffee cup, it is important to remember that this addition to our culture is relatively recent. Nearly all the social media we use today is less than 10 years old. Yet despite the existence of over 1 billion active monthly Facebook users, sharing and interacting on the site in over 70 languages, social media for the classroom is not as common as you think it would be. Less than 30% of Horry Georgetown Technical College students I surveyed had used it for a class at Tech, and yet almost 70% of them claim to use social sites daily. How can social media be used to foster learning? And why use it anyway? What are the benefits? Social media lets students create and participate in an online learning network. Moving beyond the physical presence of the classroom, students can use social networks to engage peers, faculty, and institutions that share interests in the subject matter, issues, or content of a course. This project is a perfect illustration of this. With a device and a Wi-Fi connection, I located and created a diverse learning network. I followed the EdTech and IngChat hashtags for weekly conversations about topical issues. I found Prof Hacker, the Chronicle of Higher Education's blog on technology and pedagogy. And I was constantly inspired by the 13,000 users that make up the highly social Haystack community, dedicated to the humanities, arts, sciences, and technology. I also tweeted educators currently blogging about EdTech, who I haven't met in real life, but who I converse with about research, practice, and theory. Using social media makes students smart digital consumers. Use social media content to supplement traditional textbooks. Let students create Twitter or Storyify lists to aggregate and highlight content focused on current and trending conversations that intersect with what's going on in the classroom. Additionally, polled students in my survey frequently responded that they use social media to find answers and help when they're stuck. So encourage them to aggregate and share the resources that they find helpful. This teaches students to be curators of content, and that knowledge construction is truly a social act. Social media allows students to contribute to conversations in quick and more informal mediums. Using a class hashtag or a Facebook page, students can post quick questions, share insights, and help each other anytime, anywhere. Social media can jumpstart peer-to-peer learning in surprising ways. While integrating social media into your classroom can have many benefits, it's not without its challenges. Instructors should be aware that they cannot post student educational records, including grades, on social networking sites. Furthermore, faculty should consider their voice on social media as an extension of the classroom when using social sites for school-related work. When using social media with your class, ensure that your utterances and activities online are within your scope of employment and are essential functions of your job as an educator. Inform students of the issues and risks of using social tools that make their content public. Lynn, Hoffman, and Borengasser recommend creating separate accounts strictly for their academic social presence. Kathy Davison blogged on Haystack that she reminds student bloggers not to post private information. Moreover, she offers students alternative assignments for those with serious concerns about participating on a public blog, even under an alias. The technical college classroom is incredibly diverse, and part of that diversity includes digital literacy levels. While one student may be taking notes on her iPhone and simultaneously sharing photos of the notes on the board with a class Facebook page she set up for her peers, the student next to her may be struggling with simply typing in a Word document. Lynn, Hoffman, and Borengasser recommend teachers use class time to introduce and teach the technology. Allow students time to acquaint themselves with new technology and encourage peer teaching. Furthermore, use YouTube, screencasts, and the flipped model to equip students with resources to help them troubleshoot. A 2013 EDUCAUSE survey indicated that 60% of students preferred to keep social and academic lives separate. And my survey of 4 Georgetown Technical College students reinforced that statistic, with 52% of respondents saying they preferred to keep their online lives separate from the college. Again, multiple sources recommend separate accounts. Moreover, social sites like Twitter and Tumblr allow users to follow hashtags, so instructors can follow student posts with a unique hashtag instead of following the students directly. So, is it worth it? Well, I think so, but ensure your success with these tips. Make sure that faculty are trained in using the media and able to assist students with digital literacy skills. There are plenty of tools and educators happy to help. Find them online and use their resources. Address privacy and ethical concerns early. Follow the best practices for social media noted earlier and ensure that you are in compliance with existing college policies. Communicate the objectives of using social media in the class to students. Explain how and why social media should be used and invite their input. If using social media is a required component of the class, clearly explain the expectations and methods of evaluation for their posts, tweets, or blogs. Create and share a rubric before students begin using social media. Use scaffolding and modeling to help students, particularly since their use of social media is largely personal and disconnected from academics. And lastly, collect reflections and data from the experience upon class completion and use it to improve for next time.